I'm very honoured this morning to be talking with Handa. He's the Managing Director of Bar Riff. This is a global company operating in 32 countries around the world, headquartered in
Sweden.
So how's your Swedish?
Yeah, still learning a few words.
You're still learning a few words. Samir, tell me about your journey. How did you come to New Zealand?
Oh, that's a long journey. I came here 21 years ago.
Where from?
I came from Fiji actually. Yeah, I was living in Fiji as an expat.
Right.
And before Fiji, I was studying in Australia.
And when were you born?
Born in India, in Delhi.
Wow, amazing. So how did you end up in New Zealand?
Yeah, I guess when we were living in Fiji, after getting married, and we were thinking of having a family, so we were deciding where we should go to have a family, whether Australia or New Zealand.
Right.
And all the people we spoke to, all the Kiwis and Australians we knew, everybody recommended New Zealand as a place to raise a family.
Really? As opposed to Australia?
Yeah, even Australians said New Zealand is a fantastic place to raise kids.
Mm-hmm.
So from Fiji we came here and had a family. We got a couple of kids now, and 21 years later I must say I have no regrets. I'm glad we are here.
That's fantastic. So you came to this country, are you a permanent resident or a citizen now?
Yeah, I became citizen very quickly because I
Nice.
do a lot of traveling, and
Yes.
being a citizen and having a New Zealand passport makes traveling so much
It
easier.
does, it really does. In fact, I've just been travelling and they were giving me a hard time, and then they said, oh, I gave them my New Zealand passport, and they said, oh, you got a New Zealand passport. Oh, there's no trouble. So tell me, what does citizenship mean to you with respect to voting and elections? You know, we've got a general election coming up next year, we've got local government elections this year, and of course on the 3rd of March, we've got the second tranche of the flag referendum.
Right. Yeah, no, I think being a citizen obviously gives you a say, and I mean this is really a true democracy we have here in New Zealand, where a lot of major decisions are done through referendum, and everybody has a right to have their say. So whether you're born here or not doesn't matter as long as you're a citizen, and I think everybody should exercise that right to vote, again on these basic or fundamental matters. Coming back to flag, I think it's really important for us to have a say in what the flag should look like and what we can really associate ourselves with. And I truly believe, as I travel more and more internationally, that a lot of people relate to New Zealand through either all blacks or black caps or silver ferns. So these things like black color and silver fern, I think, have a huge brand value for New Zealand globally, which people living in New Zealand sometimes don't realize. It's only a matter of traveling and going and talking to people overseas, you realize, wow. But at the moment, our flag is totally different from whatever international brand is. So I'm of the opinion that having some elements of black and silver fern in a flag will certainly increase our brand value as a nation.
So it's been interesting, we've interviewed people and it doesn't matter what they are going to vote for, it's the fact that they're voting. Why do you think so few migrants vote, Samir?
Yeah, I think this may come back to their background or experiences where they come from, where voting is usually either, I don't know the right word or not, it's not as fair as transparent in many countries. So people think by voting they're just really wasting their time, voting is going to be rigged anyway and this and that, whereas we all know in New Zealand everything is very fair and transparent. So I think we need to encourage ourselves and our friends and families to really vote and have a say, because we can really see what difference it makes. Yeah.
So tell me, how much of the year are you travelling? Because I think this international perspective you have is pretty important.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was a time I was traveling up to 6 months a year, which I'm trying to cut down on.
How does your wife feel about that?
Yeah, I know, she's got all the burden on her shoulders to look after the family and whatnot, but no, I have cut it down to maybe 3 to 4 months a year, so roughly 10 days of the month I'm away traveling. But again, as you know and I know, to build a business in Asia, you can't sit on your desk and do that. You need to be out there, you need to meet people, you need to see them face to face and have those relationships. That's the only way to build the business. And
so from the Asian perspective, when you're out there in wider Asia, how do they see New Zealand in terms of the symbols that represent us?
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I mean, New Zealand has got a very strong brand value and image as a green, clean country with open, transparent, democracy, easy to do business, and all those positive things about the country. But like in India, if you go, everybody knows about black caps. Sri Lanka, you go, everybody talks about the All Blacks. So that's what I was coming back to, is the fact internationally we are more known through our sporting teams, and the color black and silver fawn I come back to are very, very well known for the country.
So what do you think we need to do to encourage more migrants who come here and get citizenship or become permanent residents to vote?
Yeah, I think, as I said earlier, we need to really make them aware that here by voting they really can make a difference, and the voting is very fair and transparent. There's no, whatever their experiences are, those things don't happen in New Zealand. And we should really, while we have a privilege of having a say in what happens to the country or the major decisions in this country, we should really make use of that right we have as citizens of all permanent residents.
Well, that's why we're shooting these videos. So you might want to say something to camera, to the other migrants out there like you, who come from Fiji or India, about what they should do with their right to vote.
Yeah, firstly I would like to say that we all are very blessed and privileged to be living in a country like New Zealand, and we should really do our best we can to contribute to this country and to the economy of this country. And the privileges we get by being a citizen, like having a right to vote, we should totally exercise that right and do our best. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir.